citizens will experience a healthier town, a greener town, and to feel that in this town you enjoy living and not to feel this uncomfortness of driving.
Thank you for your input. Let's talk about marine environment. You used to be the Minister of Shipping of Cyprus, and because of you, now we have a line between Cyprus and Greece. And I assume most of the travelers are not business people, they use airplanes. They're tourists. So tourism traditionally was a great source of income for the Limassol and for the whole Cyprus. And I'm living in Yermasoi, in Patamos Yermasoi area. And when I came across the project in Ayanapa with Lena Petro village, river, fishing shelter.
Yes.
And even before, I was thinking, why not to rejuvenate and re-establish the same project in Patamos River, which used to be a river, now it's a parking lot, which is a good parking lot, but I would love if it will be kind of a fishing shelter. And by the way, I have read that European Maritime and Fisheries Fund is actually agreed to provide funding for Ayanapa area.
Yes.
So why not to recreate these traditional tourist and artisan attractions? Certainly a clever planning is needed, but it would be a great attraction for Patamos Yermasoias, not to become an office center, but to become a tourist attraction with the fishing harbors, with some Kleftico stations, which used to be before 1974, as I was recalled. So what do you think about sea and how you can see Limassol in the seafront area?
Well, I'm a great believer that we should find every possible way to build a marine and shipping and sea culture in this island. And there are a lot of people that are saying this is an island without any islanders. So your idea is very interesting, I must say, and I think this is something that the new municipality council of the Eastern Limassol, and especially of the region of Yermasoia, in their planning should take into account, because you see, it's important when you plan to take care of everything. It's not just to build modern buildings that could persuade the business, but try and keep the tradition or renovate certain areas that will remind the history and the tradition of the area. And of course, this could be an option. It needs, of course, careful consideration, environmental studies, how this could be adjusted with the surrounding areas in order to fit accordingly, whether this will benefit the citizens. In my view, it needs an open consultation with the neighboring, with all the citizens of the area, a topographic, presentation of this specific region, and whether it will bring some growth. But it's not only the growth; it's to take care of, to have more green projects, to have projects that brings you closer with more traditional activities. So I think if I would have been the one to advise the new municipality council of Yermasoia, is indeed to have a committee, to assign a task force or a committee to present plans on how this specific area could be developed. And one option is the one that you just shared, and I believe that we should put some experts to make an environmental study to see how it will be supported to have a fishing shelter there, or something similar to fishing shelter that people could use it wisely, but they could enjoy visiting the place and not just driving there, leaving their
car
and
walking
walking in the restaurants around the area, you know.
Vassilis, about waste collection, this subject is concerning everybody. We need a clean city with efficient waste collection.
Yes.
And not only that, as the citizen of Ermasoi, I discovered that my waste collection bill is higher than in some European and Swiss areas. So my own vision is that we are lacking hidden underground so-called waste collection points. We don't want to see the buckets of waste in every corner, which is now a fact. So we need to think how to do that. I'm not talking about utilization of waste. It's a subject which you will deal with other people. I'm just, as a citizen, wants in my proximity to have a nice place where I can dispose different types of waste, as now done in Lugana, in Bern, and even in Abu Dhabi. It's very,
Yes.
it's a very common technology. And what is your vision about making our city more clean?
That's a very good question. Just to inform our viewers that the treatment of solid waste will fall under the responsibility of this organization in 3 years' time. There is a transitional period of 3 years, so it will come under our responsibility in 2027. But it's important to plan from the first stages of this organization, and this needs a change of mindset, a change of culture between among the citizens. And I do believe that together with the municipalities, we should have an action plan, how to educate people, and especially our young children at school, universities, but even the citizens, on a new strategy, how to allocate the different waste in different, baskets, and the principle of pay as you throw, of course, is an option once it is structured and formulated in a very good and efficient way, not just in one municipality but in the entire area of Limassol. And I do believe that we can change things there, but the most important is to change the culture of people. At least people to understand. I was living in Brussels for years. Brussels has 19 different communes. You have to buy your own bag in each commune. You pay for the bag. You pay less for your garbages, as long as you collect them and allocate them in a way that is easier for the town for the town system to come and collect it and take it to the places that they are going to reuse them or recycle them. So it's all about having as a base the circular economy targets of Europe, and then I'm not afraid to say that we should use best practices of other countries. I mean, we should dare to say we visited Switzerland or Abu Dhabi or other countries that you mentioned, and we will be ready to take the best practices that they use and to tailor them to our specificities, to our character, and present a model that could work effectively in our country. But we should do it, from July onwards, together with the new mayors, together with the new deputy mayors and the member of the municipality council. We should have a strategy. But the first target is our young generation, our citizens. This is changing. It might change in a year's time, but we should use this time wisely to educate people, to train people, and to explain to them what will be their benefits. And if we do it correctly, I believe how much we are going to pay, what will be our utility bills, there is a way to achieve economies of scale if we do it all together, all municipalities together.
Vassilios, to conclude, let's talk about Greek culture. We are sitting in the area which, thanks God, is under the Greek administration since the Byzantine time, more or less, with a short interruption of the rule of Sultan. And for me, it's like a Greek polis, in a sense. And my dream is to reestablish, as somebody may heard, the Plato Academy, which was discontinued by Justinian in the 5th century. Why? Because we need a bridge between ancient Greece and modern Greek culture. And not only that, I believe Plato, he was a visionary. He saw a danger of amalgamation of business and power, and for a good reason. That's why he created the Plato Academy back in the day, to educate new kind of statesmen, which are not part of the business. So my vision is that Limassol can attract not only tourists and business people, but scientists and the students and people who wants to learn Greek culture. So what do you think about the place Limassol will occupy in the framework of Greek culture, and what do you think about ancient Greece and the place Cyprus will play in Europe as the manifestation of Greek culture, in a sense?
Well, this idea, if it comes from a person that is not Greek.
I'm half Greek.
Yes, okay.
With
Sorry.
my old ancestors.
Yes, but I would like to congratulate you on this idea, because
thank you.
Even Greeks or people of Greek origin, you hardly see them coming up with such an idea. And I think this idea is becoming even more a necessity, I must say, in Cyprus, to keep the Greek culture, to keep our Greek roots, to understand that
Greek identity,
and this could be a perfect way to do so. I mean, this idea could be explored further, because it's all about having Limassol being a center of, I'm not saying a center of Greek civilization, but to contribute in a way that to help people knowing their roots and to make them feel proud of their history. You know, we are so much westernized these days, influenced by Western cultures, influenced by technology, and we forget our origin, our roots. You know, I recently wrote a book. It's called Society Jazz, and
Tell us more about your book.
Yeah, thank you. And one of the chapters is that, you know, non-Greek people, I mean, they are feeling proud about the Greek history and the lessons of the ancient Greeks. They were injected in their cultures, in their policies, and they are developing their countries and their democracies in a very healthy and efficient way. And sometimes, the Greek Cypriots, we just remind ourselves and feel proud only in national days. We just see Parthenon and Acropolis and are feeling, having our frappe down the hill of Acropolis, how proud we are, but sometimes we don't respect our history because we never use it in our democracy system, in our modern cultures. And you see northern countries of Europe that they are roots of democracy, so they use the ancient Greece principle more than us, and they are developing themselves, and we feel proud about the ancient Greeks, but only in making big statements. That's why it's important to create this culture and your idea could be could help towards that direction, and of course is worth exploring.
And our conversation is coming to an end. I would like to thank you, and the last hot top question. The Greek Church is not treating Plato favorably, and for a good reason, because his ideas, his ideas were before the Christian church was established, but as I mentioned, he was against having privileges for the statements, while the church definitely enjoyed a lot of privileges, including in Cyprus.
Yes.
So how are you going to deal with the landmass belonging to the Cyprus church? How you will treat the Cyprus church as a partner, as an opponent in your position of a governor of Limassol?
Well, I think the governor, let's say the president of this organization, cannot influence, doesn't have powers on the church's property. But I think the relationship with the church and how the church is planning to make good use of this land or property is important to the planning of the city and of our periphery, and of course having a close relation and frequent exchange of views with those people that they are responsible to take care and manage, let's say, the land that belongs to the church is very important, because knowing any plans that they might have well in advance, it can give us the opportunity to plan better, more effectively, and in a way that we could protect also the church's property, but we can help to develop the surrounding areas in a more sustainable way.
Thank you very much, Vassilis. And
it's a pleasure. Thanks for hosting me.
Thank you.
And we will definitely be in touch. And all the best to you and
Yes.
your family and to your community, of course, here, and to your party.
Thank you very much. Thank you.